So today we're going to be talking about our AI project, Gordon RamsAI. And our presentation will be covering the following topics. What are we making? Why did we make this? Where is our data coming from? How did we clean it? How does our model work? How is our website designed? And what difficulties did we encounter? So what are we making and why did we make this? We made an AI product that suggests dishes and the ethnicity of a dish based on the ingredients given. Why did we make this? We made this because many people are starting to cook and this gives them a starting place. Chefs can make new dishes that they might not have tried before. And food waste is also cut down because ingredients that may not have been used before can be used to create new food dishes.
All right, so where's the data coming from and how do we clean it? So we got the data from two data sets, an ethnicity data set and a recipe data set. Both are from kaggle.com. The image to the right shows some of the data available from the second data set. The first data set included the recipe IDs, which we did not need, cuisines, and lists of ingredients. The second data set included titles, ingredients, directions, links, sources, and NERs. And of those, we only needed the titles, links, and NERs, and we deleted the rest. And then we filtered the ingredient strings using the code shown at the bottom of the slide. It looks really complicated, but what it just does is that it removes punctuation, removes digits, removes anything inside parentheses, and converts everything into lowercase just to make the string easier to vectorize. All right, so how does our model work? So first we imported all the functions, modules, and packages we needed. Then we created two data frames, one for the ethnicity dataset and one for the ingredients dataset. Then we extracted all of the data we needed from the datasets using the pandas module. And then we cleaned up the data by removing punctuation and digits using the code shown at the bottom of the slide. Then we put the clean data into a new list because it's easier for a computer to deal with the data if it's all inside a list than multiple separate variables. Then we vectorized the inputs and encoded the training outputs as labels. And what this really does is that just converts the inputs and outputs, which are currently text, and converts them into integers because computers can deal with numbers much easier than they can with letters. And then the AI checks which dishes have the most ingredients in common with the input. And it also checks which ethnicity has the most ingredients in common with the input. And then it outputs the ethnicity of the dish itself, and also linked to the instructions for how to prepare the dish.
Okay, so next up, we are going to demo our website. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. You got a picture of a cuisine, and then here is our AI. So let's say we are going to put in the ingredients for how to make tamales. So you could put in masa, corn oil, red salsa, chicken, and chicken broth. And when you submit it, the page reloads, and then its prediction is that the food is Mexican, which is correct.
Overall, the project went smoothly. One difficult part was figuring out regex because the code was not intuitive and difficult to learn. As you can see here, some of the code was not easy to look at. Another problem was putting all of the pre-processing code into one line as it was unnecessary and took time than if we used multiple lines. Finally, the biggest difficulty, as it turned out, was that the project kept timing out and the cache was cleared. So you had to keep fitting it in order to test and debug the model. With the exception of timing out, the problems are mostly minor and were not that big of an inconvenience. We would like to thank Vivrd for being a great teaching assistant, as well as for helping us with all of our difficulties, and AI Camp for giving us this opportunity in the first place.